Hello and welcome to another 5-minute webinar. I'm your host, Adam Jolly. Please be sure to tweet your questions and comments to hashtag 5minutes. Our presenter today is Cecil Gentges. Cecil, what is your big idea?
Thanks, Adam. Like you said, I'm Cecil Gentges with Risk Solutions Unlimited, and I want to talk to you today about securing the human OS. So first off, what is that? So we know that a lot of our organizations, we utilize computers, and what computers do for us is they process, store, and transfer a lot of the data for our companies. But at the same time, our employees do the exact same thing for us. And in this way, for our company, they operate almost like their own operating system. And just like our regular computers need to have antivirus, firewalls, and intrusion detection systems, a lot of times companies don't invest too much on the education of their employees on how they're linked in that security process. So right here I have a graph for you to kind of demonstrate the level of investment of resources companies do in their security system when it comes to their computer access. So if you think about a regular computer based on the size of your organization, you have at the very least an antivirus system. You might have intrusion detection, port management, or even login monitoring for your particular organization. But when it comes to educating your possibly computer illiterate employees, that might be your front desk gal, it might be anyone in that kind of field, or your PR, they don't necessarily know too much about the actual security of their organization. And so it's important for us to understand that these individuals, that's something that a hacker or someone who's trying to get into your network knows. And they primarily will be trying to attack your employees directly. Do your employees know this? And do you think that you're actually at risk? A lot of people don't realize that small businesses are a very big market for hacking because they know that's underinvested and undereducated with the employees that are using the system. And it's something that's very important. There's different ways that this can happen, whether it's through social engineering because your employees getting on their Facebook account, through cross-site scripting. They could be doing what's called email phishing, where it looks like they get an email from you, but really it's from a hacker. How do they even know that this is really happening or not? And that's something that's really important for to make sure that we update. Just like we update our antivirus systems and we patch our computers, are we updating the education of our employees that are using this exact same information? So right here, this is what I call the security awareness and maturity model. What this demonstrates is the different levels of education your organization might have for its employees. For the very first one we have on here is called non-existent. This is where your employees don't even know that they're a target. They don't know that there's anything at risk. They just go about doing their regular processes without having any kind of education or human firewall set up to be able to detect when these things are happening. And it's important to try to think while I'm going through these, what stage is your organization at with their education? Next on here is compliant focus. What this means is there is some sort of education involved with your employees, but it is the bare bones minimum. It's to get that check mark on the box so you can pass your security audit. There might be a workshop once a year that they get updated on, but they don't remember it and they don't think of it throughout the process of their regular day-to-day tasks. The next on here is promoting awareness and change. This is where you realize that you might be just at a compliance-focused or non-existent level, and you realize that we need to upgrade their information. We need to upgrade their human operating system that's processed with your particular organization. And so how we do this is we start off by educating them. They go through different videos that even the most computer illiterate will be capable of picking up. All at the same time as your IT will be monitoring it so they know the kind of things your employees are being educated on. And then afterwards, when we go into our long-term sustainment and metrics, this is something that's tested. You hire a company that will actually send out phishing emails to your employees to see whether they click them or not. And instead of it being a bad guy that gets the information sent to, it's a company you hired that can then educate that particular employee on the importance. What this does is it causes employees to become much more vigilant, much more looking for those little cues that you can find when a hacker is trying to get into your system. And then you build the metrics to see what kind of the resources that how they're being used and what's the end effect for all this education. So you can see the effects day in and day out of how well this is working for your company. So in the end, what does this do for you? Well, it allows you to promote a much more secure brand. It's known that about 80% of IT believe that their network is secure, and yet 70% of them are the ones that get hacked without knowing how it happened. And that a lot of times is because it wasn't the security network itself, it was the humans that had been exploited, either through manipulation from what's called phone phreaking, I know it's an interesting word, or also email phishing. And this will also reduce your costs. You don't want to have to deal with any ransomware or any stolen information that you could be held liable or sued for by your clients because you weren't securing their information correctly. And it also helps you remain compliant and right on top of your business and industry. Thank you. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to risksolutionsunlimited@gmail.com. Be aware that that is set up specifically for getting information to contact us. So if you are a hacker, please don't try to hack it. It is a honeypot. And I hope to hear from you soon. Take care and thank you.
Excellent. Well, that's all we have for today. Again, please be sure to tweet your questions and comments to #5minutes. Cecil, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.